They said my grandfather was delusional at the end. He kept begging the nurses not to let the shift change happen in his room. We thought it was the dementia. After he passed, I stayed late to collect his things. The hospital at night is a different world. Quiet. The only sound was the distant beep of monitors. That's when I saw the first one. A nurse, standing at the very end of the dimly lit hall. She was perfectly still, facing the wall. Posture was wrong. Her head was tilted at an angle that looked broken. I assumed she was stressed. I took a step toward her to ask if she was okay, and the overhead light flickered. In that split second of darkness, she was gone. I felt a cold dread. I hurried back to my grandfather's old room, but the door was locked. Through the small window, I saw three of them. A doctor and two nurses. They stood in a circle around the empty bed, motionless. Their heads were all tilted at that same impossible angle. As I watched, the doctor's head slowly rotated towards me. His eyes were solid black. He didn't blink. A hand fell on my shoulder. I spun around. It was a kind-faced nurse from the day shift. "You shouldn't be here," she whispered, pulling me away from the door. Her grip was ice-cold. "They're the night staff," she hissed, her eyes wide with fear. "They don't care for the living. They tidy up. They smooth out the messy transitions between states." "States?" I asked, my voice trembling. "Between alive and not," she said. "Right." She glanced down at her own hand on my arm. I watched as her skin slowly turned a waxy, grayish color. "Sometimes they recruit." She smiled, and her jaw unhinged slightly. A low, static hum began to emanate from her throat. The lights in the hall began to flicker in sequence, plunging us into darkness again and again. The last thing I saw before I ran was all the doors on the hallway opening at once. A silent, motionless figure stood in every doorway, their heads tilted, waiting for the shift to truly begin.